Well then, that light means I'm gonna have a good time. Well, we had a low tire, but it broke the bead and we got auto inflators on these. These trailers get a little flaky from time to time. But it's inflating everything like it's supposed to, so it'll be good in a moment. Got to make through this, all this melting snow and ice here. Pretty warm today, so we're going to check these tires here and then we're going to be getting ready to go. Yep, I can push on it and feel it, but she's filling up. She's just a little low. Sit there and check the lights. And this is how you know you had an old school guy. He picked up a trailer out of the back and he picked up a mud flap out of the back lot, put it on upside down and stuck it on. That's a old school trick I don't see these young kids doing much anymore. That right there saved you about 40 bucks and a lot of headache. Got an air leak off in here somewhere. That started the other day when it got really cold. So we're gonna sit here and wait a few more minutes. I've been sitting here waiting on this load. Trying to get home this time of year is a little flaky at times, but it is what it is. Over here in Norfolk, Nebraska, sun's going down. It's actually a beautiful clear night, so I like that. So let's do some trucking after dark. Well, that light turned off, so now we gotta go and put on some reefer fuel, top the trailer off, and get ready to move on to our pickup. It's just supposed to be done about 6. I'm gonna get down there. It deadlines at 9, so even if it goes a little bit over, I got enough time because I didn't start my clock yet. So load is 292 miles, and if I get out of there at 6, I'm hoping to be at my doorstep about 12:30, 1 o'clock. But as you know, when you're dealing with hauling meat and whatnot, things always run seamlessly. So, got the windows washed, everything's ready to go. The trailer's full. Let's get this show on the road. Got me a cheap cigar, so we're gonna do this. So, let's get to our pickup. Now we're headed about 20 miles south of here to go pick up at a shipper, and it's going all the way to Hutchinson, Kansas. So, and then from there, I can go home. So, it's going to be a late night, but doesn't mean we can't find something to talk about. So, let's get. So, we're over here at the washout, and dropping our trailer, and we got to head over there to park. This place is always pretty much a clown show. I don't like coming here, but it is what it is. This is my load home. Back when I first started coming here 20 years ago, this was really easy. In fact, you never even had to go to the guard shack. Just go drop your trailer in the washout, and your load would be sitting over there with the bills taped to the front. Drop it, hook it, you'd be out of here in 3.5 minutes. Things are different now. They all had to do all those new regulations and government whatnots. Well, so now I can't just drop my trailer anymore. I got to go in, check it in, and then take it back and this and that. But I'll tell you what, I won't use that scale at all to this day. That scale's been so wildly inaccurate in the past that I remember that guy in Hebron, Nebraska, the scale master there, saying he was writing 2 tickets a day for guys that scaled out there. It was that out of calibration. They claim they fixed it, but I ain't buying it. We'll just hit a cat scale on the way down. The one thing I hate about this customer is you're always in for a trailer hunt when you come here. So here it is. You just got to drive around the lot, and these people don't get in a hurry. But hey, at least I found it. Alley-oop. Oh, come on. Oh, crap. It's slick out here. That's the problem when it's icy. Sometimes you gotta go, but if you're unsure, I knew the trailer was low. Always get out and look because you don't want to jump your fifth wheel. We're gonna sit there and put air to it. Now we need to go out, check our fifth wheel, check our seals, get that all done up, and we'll be good to go. A lot of these new trailers, they got the right ways in them. This one is one of the older ones. It doesn't have that. I do like the right way system. I'm thinking about installing it on the truck. The price of scales has gotten so high, it might not be a bad deal. But then on top of that, they also have these automatic dumps, and I know why they do it. I just hate it. They cause as many problems as they help. So let's get my paperwork. Let's get out of here and let's hit the road. So in the words of Dave Dudley, rolling on, we gone. So now I got it's not 20 to 8. Get me one of my monsters out. We got to get down to, we're going to get down to York. We're going to scale this out. Probably don't need to, but I don't trust that scale over there. So about another hour we'll be stopping, and then probably another 2 hours after that we're going to stop again. We got to put fuel on, top the reefer off, and then hopefully another 35-40 minutes after that we'll be empty. So we'll put on some good music, jam, and we'll see you when we scale. So we're getting into York proper now. You can see the Sapp brothers off to the right. Well, maybe. Sorry about the bumpiness. I got to get some good night cameras. But we're rolling into York now. I was sitting there thinking, with the last video, I never told you guys what made it so bad over the holidays. What made the holiday so bad wasn't working over the holiday. It wasn't even the fact that I got caught in a snowstorm. It was dealing with a particular customer. This customer has 3 stores. They have a Champagne Attitude and a Thunderbird wine budget. So it was just an absolute utter clown show, from start to finish. And I didn't have all the paperwork. I mean, it was just bad. So sorry about the shaking. I wish I could do something about that. But they had me backtracking on myself. They wanted to take stuff off and put stuff on and use my truck as a shag truck, and I mean, it was just a mess. And then on top of that, I didn't have all the paperwork, because apparently there was the first stop that was on there. The bills never showed up with everything else, and nobody had any idea it was on there. So a good time was had by all. Shift up. But you see right here, we got the Sapp brothers off to the right. I don't ever go in there. That's probably one of the worst Sapp brothers I've ever been in. It's just, not that it's a bad store, it's just so horribly laid out. It's just an absolute mess to get in and out of. I don't like going there at all, just because of the absolute nightmare it is. So, yeah. So I get to my first stop, and the trailer's loaded backwards. So at my first stop, which is really my second stop, they wanted me to go to my second stop first, because they had stuff they wanted to put on to go to the other 2 stops. We're getting ready to cross I-80 here. Oh, come on now. And the Petro's over there off to the right. They got a CAD scale, so that's where I'm going. So, yeah. Ooh. So they get this idea that I'm going to be their own personal shag truck. So they end up having to unload half the trailer to put their stuff on or take their stuff off. They get all mad. They take their stuff off, go back to reload the trailer, and they can't get all the stuff put back on. And I said, how you guys going to take off your stuff and not make it? I mean, it was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Sit here and try to make it in here and get on the cat scale. Like I said, I generally don't like coming here, but this is the first cat scale you come to going south, so yeah. I see they didn't turn the lights on. So ever since the TA bought the Petros, they have really just gone downhill, kind of the same way they did with the 76s. So all right, we got a cat scale. It is open. Let's roll onto this thing and we'll get it done up. They've also got some huge potholes on either side of this, and like I said, I generally don't like coming here at all, but it is what it is. So let's get this done up and we'll see you here in a few minutes. This place is generally a clown show. Everybody just kind of parks wherever they want, does whatever they want to do, and everybody's just coming at each other about 19 different ways. So let's get my scale ticket and let's get the heck out of here. So we're good on weight. It's a good deal there. So yeah, so let me tell you, those guys don't sit on your wallet. You mess your back up, trust me. Those guys that were unloading that truck at the first stop, which really was the second stop, that was probably the most toxic environment I'd ever seen. Well, outside of my grandma's house growing up. That guy's got his, I don't know what he's got. He's got those high beam LEDs on. He's blinding everybody. Yeah, I swear when my grandma died, Satan put her in a timeout. Anyhow, so I'm sitting here watching these guys try to unload the trailer. And I swear, these four guys were six of the dumbest people I'd ever met. Just toxic from the word go. Well, there was one guy in there that was just, you always have that one guy that doesn't need to be there, and he was there. And he was just screwing up the works because I think he thought he was Billy Badass and he was the guy that should be in charge, even though clearly he was not. But they got mad. They started throwing furniture. They started trying to cram things in. They started jumping and hitting, and just was a bad deal. So yeah, let's get out of here. These guys either need to put up more lights or pay their light bill. Yeah, this is ridiculously dark for a truck stop. I mean, ridiculously dark. So, get on out of here. So if you ever have to stop here in York and you don't want to stop at your Shell down the street, they got a Huddle House. Across the street, apparently they got an Applebee's in there. So, I mean, you want to eat at Applebee's, there it is right there. So, let's get going. So after I got done with that, we ended up having to go to the next two stops. Well, the next stop, backtracking about an hour. It wasn't too bad. They were nice guys. And the last stop was nice, but remember I told you there wasn't any paperwork? So I get the paperwork. It turns out, well, I didn't get the paperwork. They just printed off whatever they got on the email, and turns out we're missing a couch and a love seat. So everybody's mad and everything's going nuts, and I mean, it was just really kind of a crappy deal. So we're coming up on the scale. You see those lights, that row of lights right there. That's how you know you're getting close, because of they're in the center of the road. So let's see. Way station, left lane, 1 mile. A little bumpy. One thing I hate about this, you never know, but they make you wait to find out till you get right up to it. I think DriveWise works here, but there's no pre-pass, so you just kind of got to wait. Looks like we're closed. Let's see. Chickens loose on scale, extreme danger. Yeah, we're closed. So, see how the lights are all in a row? That's how you know you're getting close, when you see them all stacked up like that. Let's boogie on around this before somebody changes their mind. This is a rough scale. This guy will literally leave the scale open, jump in the chase vehicle, chase you down, make you come back, and then just leave the scale open for everybody. This ain't a scale to screw around in. Yep, we're going to hit the state line here in a minute. This gas station is on State Line Road, so I guess the residents of Chester, they can play lottery in 2 different states, I guess. So yeah, here we are. Welcome to Kansas. And the road got smoother. That's good. So let's get to Salina. Just went through Belleville. Right here is where we would get off if we were dodging the scale. Yep, half mile. Doesn't look like it, but this place has surprised us before. It'll run regular banker's hours for 6 months to a year, and then all of a sudden just flip them up and just get random as all get out. I've seen them do that several times, but looks like they're closed, so I'm happy about that. So, yep. Let's get on past this before they change their mind on this too. So we coming into Concordia now. There's a stoplight on the other side of this bridge. Lots of cops out here. So usually it's best to have your speed adjusted by the time you crest the top of the hill. You think after a few months I would be used to this transmission? Yep, red light. They built this bridge to bypass all the railroad tracks under it, but yeah. The things I was thinking about that I really miss driving all night like this is, well, basically a stable camera, but also the all night radio when you used to listen to all the old Clear Channel stations and Dave Nemo and the Truckin' Bozo, and you know, back in the 90s, Blair Garner was really popular, you know, when he had that country show. I actually really liked that, you know. And if you're really into old stuff, I mean, even now, if you got a good enough AM radio, you can get WSM out of Nashville and listen to the Grand Ole Opry and lots of really good music and whatnot. I do really miss that stuff. I like the all-night radio, but it's kind of a thing of the past. I wish it wasn't, but it is. So let's get, and we'll get out of Concordia, and we got to get down to McPherson so we can get some fuel. So, yep, see you there.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get too attached to me. Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies. Wasting precious time assuming. Were we made to fall? Solo and solely exploring what I need. Cause dozens of times I swear that I knew when the wisdom was scanty. Doesn't mean I was broken so open, I gave until empty. Got it all back by myself, no nobody can tempt me. If I turn off, I'll breathe in and sit on my own. Can't keep making exits from the pressure, lessons after lessons. Had to question these glaring design flaws. Can't keep love built from a love song.
So we got our fuel here. Pump was acting all screwy, wouldn't give me refrigerated fuel for the trailer, and then I looked and realized I was at 9/10, so whatever. So got all that done. We got to head to Hutchinson now, and I guess get this done up. It's about 12:15 tonight, and I'm ready to be done. But once I get this done, I got another half hour down there and probably another hour to the house, so it's gonna be late. I guess that's the price we pay for doing the job we do. It's not the first time I've been up all night. Oh, luckily it won't be all night. Hopefully I can be in bed by 2. But, hey, it's the price we pay. It's not all that bad, really, but truthfully, it will be nice to sleep in my own bed. So, let's get to Hutch. So, for any of you astute drivers who were wondering why I decided to fill up in McPherson rather than Hutchinson, it was actually pretty simple. I decided to fill up in Hutchinson, or McPherson, because Hutch is a mess. It's always a mess. It's hard to get in, hard to get out. Chances are there's going to be guys parked everywhere, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I decided to do it here. Easy peasy in and out, except for the nerd arguing with the other nerd about his sister in Dungeons and Dragons. It was frightening. Kind of a junior high flashback. I think the dude just needs to join the army and discover women, and then that'll be the last day he plays D&D. Anyhow, let's get to Hutch and get this done.
Yet I survived it. Refresh love, I've been reminded that it's all about alignment. Most people break up, most people break up. But even when broke, life's what you make it. And if I'm better off alone, sit on my own. And if I'm better off alone, I'll breathe in and sit on my
own. So we're here. Got the trailer dropped. Everything's good to go. Everything's disconnected. Whoop, alley-oop, there we go. Which is a little temperamental at times. Drop my paperwork off in the box, go grab my empty, and we're headed to the house. So, it's about 10 after 1. We're empty, we're headed home. This really wasn't a serious video. Just being up all night sometimes. You know, I just thought somebody out there might like to see what happens at night. Pretty much the same thing that happens during the day, but just in the dark. But truthfully, you know, at night, a lot less traffic, listen to some audiobooks, you can really kind of reflect of the day. It's not too bad. But during the summertime, I like to drive at night a lot more than I do in the wintertime, just because of the weather. Things tend to will melt in the day and ice up at night, so that's kind of. But when you're dealing with a lot of dropping hooks like this, middle of the night, never have to deal with anybody. That being said, this was just a fun video of what I do. So, hey, I appreciate you guys staying up all night, or, well, I did. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Guys, just chill out and have a good time. It's not to be taken serious. The holidays aren't that bad. And I hope it was a good one for you. I mean, it could always be worse. So, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. You guys be safe out there. We'll see you next video.